What is up? Hello, everybody. You know what? How are we doing? Oh, you guys still hear me? Switch microphones. Hey. What's up? What's your question, Francis? How can I help? How many Oculuses have I fixed? Thousands. It's hard to say. Like, anywhere between 5 and 10 a day, every day for like 3.5 years. So I send you guys my Oculus, and I was wondering when I'm going to be delivered back to my house. Right now, it takes about 3 weeks, including the shipping time. But you should definitely, if you're curious about the ETA, you just reach out to our customer service team. It's info@fixmyoculus.com. Thanks, Stuff with Joe. I appreciate that. I have a question. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? No, but I have it. I just haven't played it because I never have time for myself. How many Beat Sabers have you fixed? Beat Sabers? I don't know if I fixed any Beat Sabers. What does that mean exactly? Yeah, no problem, Francis. What's up, Patriotic American One? You should play it. It's very fun. I've heard great things. I hope that someday when I'm older and I don't have to work nearly as much, I'll have time for that kind of a thing. Hopefully Pancake showed up. I know he was really eager about this stream. So, why don't you have a vacation? Oh, I don't know. Well, it gets busy running a business. It's really just the three of us here, and one of the other people that's here is my business partner, and we've pretty much been doing this nonstop for 5 years. We got into doing the headset repair thing about 3.5, almost 4 years ago now. But we've been in business for a while. I just got the game Asgard's Wrath. I've heard good things about that game as well. Question. I was playing Gorilla Tag and my tracking went out. I ate some pizza a couple minutes before. Tried wiping off the controller in the battery compartment. Nothing. What do? You can try opening it up and seeing if there's some corrosion. It's really hard to say without physical evaluation. Yeah, I've never played Red Dead Redemption. I've never played any of the God of War games. I've heard great things about those. I've never played the Assassin's Creed games. I've heard great things about those. I just, honestly, I feel like I've kind of missed the boat on a lot of things. But like I said, I have consoles. Like I have a PS3, I have a PS4, I have a PS5. I've got an Xbox. I've got a Nintendo Switch. I just don't ever have time to play them. When you remove the rubber ring off the Quest 2, look into the gap for the nose near that area. There's a yellow ribbon wire that I think works the lens, but mine is broken. Can you fix that? Let's see. What are you talking about? Yellow ribbon thing? When you remove the rubber thing off the Quest 3, look at the gap in the nose near that area. There's a yellow ribbon wire that I think works the lens, but mine is broken. Can you fix that? I mean, if you're talking about these little... These are your LCDs back here. You can kind of just barely see the corner of it. So your lens here, let me see what I've got. It might be easier to show you on this. So you've kind of got your lens housing, and then your LCDs are just sort of the very back part of that. But yeah, if you damaged your LCD, then you would need a replacement LCD. But we can do that. So when was your very first virtual reality headset? The very first virtual reality headset I played on was the Vive, like the original HTC Vive in 2017, I think. At a VR arcade in Montana. But you can send it in, none. I'm happy to take a look at it. You just check out our website. We've got a shipping label request form. We'll give you a free shipping label if you want to send it in. My Oculus is stalling on the loading screen like forever. How do I fix that? You try updating the software on it. If you've already done that, you might do a hard reset. A lot of times that's a memory caching issue. and a hard reset should fix that. Not a factory reset. I mean, a factory reset would fix it too, but a hard reset should do the job. If it's not a problem for you to answer, I was wondering where you get the spare parts to fix this. That's kind of our business. We we acquire the parts through teardowns. So we purchase units that are what would you say, returned under like warranty for different retailers, and those retailers sell them at wholesale in big auctions, and then we buy the units. I'll buy anywhere between 10 and 100 units at a time in auctions, and then we tear those units down for parts. And of course, like things that aren't working, we trash those, and then things that are working, we refurbish those, repackage those, and use those for repairs. How much is it to get a VR deep cleaned? It's usually just a labor thing. I charge about $30 to $35 per labor hour, depending on which technician works on it. I remember in my last Quest, the speaker, right speaker arm broke off, and a tiny piece came off the headset and broke. And I think that headset is screwed. No, it's not screwed. You probably, if you're talking about the Quest 3, you just need a replacement ring. These little rings hold the speaker arms in place. I repair them all the time. It's like the most common Quest 3 issue. I got mine for $250 used, $125 storage. That's cool. Good for you. Can you fix them? Can I fix what? EDJ blogs. If you sub. What about if you sub? Oh no, I dropped a screw. Get out of there. Ugh. Typical. Let's see if the tracking is better now. Mine has a black screen and it won't shut off. How do I fix it? Just try holding the power button down for a really long time and see if that restarts the unit. What's the most destroyed headset you've seen so far? The dog chewed ones are awful. If you've not seen my latest video about the Quest 3S that got chewed up by a dog, that one was pretty rough. How did you get into fixing these? My business partner and I used to run a VR arcade, and so we fixed headsets in our VR arcade, and then after a while, people started asking us if we would fix their headsets, and that's just kind of how it got going. Can you fix a Quest 3S? Yeah, fix Quest 3S is not all the time because they're still pretty new units, but they're fixable. They are fixable. I fixed a few of them. Basically, kind of the older the unit is, the more likely it is to get fixed until whatever company produces that unit stops supporting them. So, and at that point, I just kind of stopped seeing them. Like, I don't see any Quest 1s anymore. Nobody sends a Quest 1 in. So, do you own a store? Yeah, we have a store in Rogers, Arkansas. Please, I've subscribed to you. What are you talking about, tech editor? What about subscribing to me? Do you sell them? I don't really sell headsets. I sell parts. Most of our business is parts and repairs. So, all right. The boys, what's up? What's up, Odd Monkey VR? I was kind of hoping Pancakes would show up. I know that he really wanted to see this, but doesn't look like Pancakes is here. Yeah, I know, Mr. Camo. I remember you. Do you have prescription lenses? No, I don't have prescription lenses. So anyway, we're going to get into this. This is a lens refurbishment. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these lenses are kind of scratched up. This is not as bad as some of them. Some of them get really, really awful. And, you know, from different things. Most of the time, the ones that are really bad is because a dog was chewing on the speaker arm and its teeth got in here and it dug grooves into the lenses. Let me see if I can find one for you. So, like, this one's pretty bad. And then this is the one that I pulled off. I did a video a few weeks ago, and this one's that one that I pulled off. I keep it because it's like the worst one I've ever seen. Is somebody was trying to polish their lenses, and they just took their Dremel and just like forced it in here. So you got to have a really light touch with this thing. But yeah, if you do it right, it can be done. I don't recommend you do this. Just FYI, and that's not because I'm some sort of money grubbing corporation business owner. It's just because it's not hard to do, or it is hard to do. It's not a super easy thing to get good at, and I feel comfortable doing it because I've done it a lot. My general rule of thumb is I don't like to recommend things that I feel like will break your device, and then have you in. I really want to support DIY repairs. Like that's kind of my whole thing. Like I want people to fix their own stuff, but what I don't want people to do is break their stuff and then be put in a position where they have to send it in to me, because that's no fun. So anybody out there who's like, oh, you just don't want us to fix our own stuff, like that's not true. By all means, fix your own stuff. I just don't like recommending things that I feel like are hard to master. You know, things like putting a new joystick in a controller, like you can do that very easily watching a tutorial video. This is like it's a touch experience thing. Like it really takes practice, and there's no way to practice without lots of headsets to potentially screw up on. I've had lots of headsets to potentially screw up on, and I've screwed it up a couple times. But for me, screwing up a headset that already doesn't work is not as big of a deal as you screwing up your own $500 headset. So what I've done here is I like this Polywatch because it just seems to do a better job. I got this Novus plastic polish stuff. There's a whole set of these, and I've really tried to give these a fair shake, but I just do not think that they work as well as just the straight Polywatch. Unfortunately, the Polywatch doesn't come in like large quantities. You have to buy it in pretty small quantities, but I'll buy like 10 of these at a time, and one of them is probably good for about 10 repairs. So if you buy one tube of it, you should be good for a while. If you're just doing this for yourself. Can you fix a sunspot? Sunspots are kind of permanent to the LCDs. Usually we just replace the whole LCD. Can you give me a Quest 3? I swear to God, I've never gotten one in my life. I subscribed and liked. Can you please donate me one, please? We're about to launch a new giveaway. I posted something in our community forum thing on YouTube today. If you're not one of our email subscribers, if you're an email subscriber, I sent out a poll like 2 days ago. If you're not an email subscriber, I posted something on our community page where you can vote on what our next giveaway is going to be. The options are a Quest 3, a Quest 3S, a custom gaming PC, and a Pimax Super Crystal, or Crystal Super. So go vote, because your vote matters, and we will pick whatever wins. So just keep an eye on that. Right now, just to let you guys know, custom gaming PC is winning in the email subscribers. So if you really want to see us giving away another Quest 3, then go vote for that. And if you think, oh yeah, I could actually use a custom gaming PC, then go vote for that. Thanks, Must. I appreciate that. I love you too. Hey, quick question. Do you have any advice on the Quest 2 controller tracking issues? Not like easy advice. Tracking issues could be a variety of things on the Quest 2 controller. It could be the ribbons. It could be liquid damage. Could be an issue with the board. Those things have to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. What's up, Rockafire fans? Is there any way I can fix a black screen of death? It shows on ADB commands my display works and everything. It's just black. Black screen of death is usually either a proximity sensor issue or a tracking camera sensor issue. So, oh, well, happy birthday. Happy late birthday, Mr. Camo. I'm probably not going to be able to take your questions as much as I'm doing this process, but if you guys, want to stick around and watch, then stick around and watch. So I like to smear this on here and just kind of get a nice even coat because it helps with the polishing tool to have some of this everywhere, and also it helps prevent me from splattering it everywhere as I kind of go through this. Oh, Digital Mechanics, I'm sorry. What was your comment, man? Hello, I saw your stream yesterday, and I tried to tell my mom to call you because you said to convince her to get me a Quest 3S. Yeah, have her call us. I'll talk her into it. Can you add eye tracking from the Quest Pro to the Quest 3? No. Part of the reason the Quest Pro has more RAM is to support the eye tracking. Plus the board is just different. The layout on it is just completely different. So unfortunately, Meta doesn't make their things very modular. Everything is kind of built like a cell phone. What's in there is kind of what's in there. So see how this has a reddish tint to it, and this is clearer? That's me stripping away that top coating, that top layer. We have to do that very evenly in order to get the right result. So that's what I look for when I'm kind of doing this job. Too late now, so sad. Sorry, Digital Mechanics. My bad, buddy. Every time I cross you on YouTube Shorts, I like the videos. Thanks, Gorilla. I appreciate that. We're going to turn up the heat a little bit here. Have you ever installed more than 512 inside the device storage? No, the storage is kind of fixed to the board. I suppose if Meta made their operating system open source and we could flash a chip with the operating system, then we could probably update it to whatever size we wanted. But as long as the chips and the operating system stay locked, that's not possible for us. Not in our wheelhouse. Should I go for the 3S or wait a few more years? I would get the 3 or the 3S because, I mean, otherwise you're going to be waiting for a long time. I think people are going to get diminishing returns on the Quest 2 very quickly. It's kind of speculation on my part, but it already seems like version 74 is really heavy on the Quest 2. It would not surprise me if the Quest 2 stopped getting support later this year. Maybe they keep supporting it, but I just don't see that happening. Or they'll stop updating it, or it'll get its own firmware updates, and it can't do the things that because it just can't do the things that the Quest 3 and the 3S can. That's looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any residual there. Just kind of going back through it. Maybe a little bit more right there at the corner. What's the most dirtiest headset? The ones that animals get a hold of are always dirty. I don't know, though. I posted one a few weeks ago that was freaking disgusting. It was so gross. What's up, Rozzy? I was charging my Quest 2 yesterday, and the battery port started smoking. What should I do with it? I would send that in to us for replacement. We can replace that charge port. How do you give away a headset? I just mail it to you. What's the difference between pancake lenses and the Quest 2, 3 lenses? The pancake lenses and that's a good question, actually. Let's take a look at that real quick. It's a nice stopping point here. This is a Quest 2 or Quest 3 lens. It's called a Fresnel lens, and it's called a Fresnel lens because it's got these cool little lines in it that refract the light and bring things into focus. See that? See those little lines? Anyway, and a pancake lens doesn't have Fresnel lenses. It's just a different type of magnification. So, but because this doesn't have Fresnel lines, it relies on a series of mirrors inside the lens assembly here, which I'm not going to tear down for you right now. But there's a series of mirrors that reflect the light back so that the image looks right. How do you give away a headset? I just mail it to you. I think I answered that already. So I replaced the sensor and it still does the black screen. I hear the sound and stuff, but using casting on my phone, I see the display, just not on the headset, but the whole device is on. I'm I'm not sure, CEA. You could send it in to us. My speculation would be that there's probably a proximity sensor issue. The proximity sensor can be a little complicated. Actually, I've got a good example right here. So the proximity sensor connects into this extension cable that goes into the motherboard, but sometimes, I don't know how well you can see this, sometimes on the extension cable, they can go bad or they can get liquid damage on one side or the other. So if this cable goes bad, your proximity sensor won't work, even if you get a new proximity sensor. All right, and then let's take a stab at this one now. See all that reddish tint? We're just kind of waiting for that to slowly go away. What are you doing to these lenses? We're just polishing them up. So these lenses have scratches on them, and the only way to really remove the scratches is to take off some of the surface material. So, but it's a slow, delicate process because we don't want to damage the lenses, and we don't want the lens's shape to change. We just want to take off a very, very small and even layer. That's why deep scratches are a lot harder to take out than just really shallow scratches. Like this one's got really shallow scratches. No problem at all. Yeah, so Gorilla, when people sign up for the giveaway, like when we do a giveaway, people enter that information. Well, they enter their contact information so that we can request their shipping information when they win. I don't ask for your shipping address unless you're sending a device in. Then I need your shipping address. Do you have any personal favorite games, apps for VR? I'm kind of a Blade and Sorcery fan if I'm going to jump into VR. I don't have as much time to jump into it as I used to, but when I get a chance to jump in, I like playing Blade and Sorcery. I'm going to switch bits because that one, sometimes they start off like this, and then they end up looking like this. And as these fibers get more compressed, I get a less reliable result. So we're going to reapply some stuff here, some Polywatch. I love the music in the background. Oh, thanks. I hope you guys can hear that okay. I try to make this stream as chill as I can. Turn it up just a little bit. Can't wait to try my VR on my new PC. Do you have any headset recommendations? I'm a big fan of the Quest 3. Maybe some other companies will send me some headsets to try out. I just got a bunch of Picos that I'm hoping to try here soon, but I've not had a chance to jump into those yet. Oops. There we go. Can you help me diagnose a problem with my friend's Quest 2? Yeah, definitely. As long as the comments don't move too fast and I miss your question. Should they finally bring Rec Room to Mac? I don't know. Honestly, I've never really jumped into Rec Room too much. I remember jumping into it very early on when it was like brand new. And there wasn't a whole lot of VR games for the Quest 2. Or the Quest 1 at that time. How do you sign up for the giveaway? I'm not doing a giveaway right now, bud. We're going to launch one probably in the middle of the next month. So stay subscribed so you hear all about it when we do. Can you add an external drive to a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S? You can't really add an external drive. I've heard people adding things through the USB-C port, but I've not seen that work, so I'm not sure what they're doing in order to get that done. But it's something worth looking into. Maybe I'll do some more research on that. He turned his Quest 2 on and the pixels enlarged on his screen and then made a static noise and turned off. He tried everything and it won't turn back on. I don't know. That's kind of a unique issue, to be honest with you. It could be a V72 issue. That kind of sounds like a firmware problem or a software problem, if I'm being honest. My lens has started fogging up from the inside. Do you have any recommendations on how to fix it? It's a temperature thing, just like the mirrors in your bathroom. If your face is warm and the lenses are cold, they're going to fog up. So one thing to do is just to keep the headset in a fairly room temperature place instead of a cold place. But yeah, if you start to heat up and your lenses are cold, they're going to fog up. It's just like the mirrors in your bathroom. I've almost got this exactly how I want it. One thing I hate about these brushes is that they do shed a lot. I'm going to have to blow this out before we wrap things up here. Alrighty. Let's take a look here. That looks almost good. Get some more off around this side. So now I just kind of go through and I'm just kind of looking in the light here and making sure that everything looks as even as I can possibly get it. And then we'll take our other... Giovanni, welcome back. What's the worst experience you've had to fix on a Quest headset? I really hate the ones that like get peed in. Like sometimes people like leave them where their pets can urinate on them, and those are not fun to clean out. Do you do a stream on every headset you get? Oh no, definitely not. I pick one or two a week that I'll do a stream on. This week I've been able to stream a lot, so that's been nice. But the team probably fixes about 15 or 20 headsets a day. So on average, it's maybe 1 out of 40 or 1 out of 50 headsets that I live stream on. And now we're just going to start going through and making these shiny. Look how much better that is. So much better. That looks like a mark, but I think that's just my thing reflecting light, or it's my camera, I guess. What is that? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's my phone. I can see my hand there. My dog decided that he wants to have a little bite of my old headset, so on that I have a ton of bite marks. Yeah, pets get a hold of the headsets, so they can really mess them up for sure. That's not there. There's not a scratch. It's just the phone. I'm trying to do it without showing you, but see how it moves around? It's like my phone is reflecting in the thing, and this is dirty. I just touched it. So I really try not to touch these things once I got them where I want them. So dogs really love VR arms. They sure do. Tried to polish the one Quest 3 lens that somebody did on their own. I was actually, I mean, it's kind of a trophy for me at this point. I was thinking about just like framing it or something. The worst self repair I've ever seen or something, and putting it in a shadow box. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of material to work with. You can see that they totally like. You see, like this one's not as bad, so you can see the curvature of it and what it's kind of supposed to look like. And then this one is just like there's no material left. So, yeah. Anyway, when are we doing another giveaway? It'll probably be the middle of March. My business partner and I, we're going down to Industrial Immersive on Sunday, and that is it's a XR, AR, VR thing in Houston. So we're going to be there for a few days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we'll be headed back, and then we'll probably launch a giveaway the following week. But one aspect of the giveaway right now is that we're kind of waiting on people to vote. We put out a YouTube poll today, and then we sent a poll to our email subscribers. So if you're subscribed to our emails, you can vote there. If you're a YouTube subscriber, you can vote there. But we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. I think the options are Quest 3, a Quest 3S, a gaming PC, and a Pimax Crystal Super. So definitely get your votes out there if you've not voted already. Hey, man, my VR keeps fixing itself, like the charger port stopped working and then out of the blue back to normal. That's good. At least it's working. Did I try the MetaQuest Pro before? Yeah, I've tried many MetaQuest Pros. Honestly, the Quest 3 is nicer than the Quest Pro, if you ask me. The full color pass-through is way better, and the resolution's higher on the Quest 3. The Quest Pro's definitely not worth the money. That's for sure. I wouldn't buy one. How can you sign up for the next giveaway? Just stay subscribed, and we'll do the rules on the next giveaway when we announce it. Can you show it how it looks, how the image looks without the plastic lens? No, because it's hard to. It takes there's a whole different process for removing these lenses, and if you don't have to remove it, then you shouldn't. That's just kind of a good policy in any repair. If you don't have to remove something, don't, because you're just opening yourself up to injury or potential for injury. Risk. It's called risk. That's the word I was searching for. This is a Quest 3. Did you ever fix a Quest 1? Yeah, I fixed lots of Quest 1s. We just don't really see them anymore. Alrighty. We're getting closer to victory here. And then take a clean microfiber cloth. Clean this up a little bit. I'm going to take whatever polish I've still got on there, try to get that off. What VR headset have you tried to fix, but it was beyond repair? On the Quest 3. There was one that somebody had in their car, and they were in a car crash, a pretty bad one, and the headset got flown across the car. And man, they sent it in to us, and everything was messed up on that. Like it was kind of amazing how messed up that Quest 3 was. I mean, basically, if it costs more to repair than it is for me to just replace the unit, then it's not worth it. I would say, as a general rule, if there's more than about 3 components that are damaged on a controller and more than 4 or 5 components damaged on a headset, then it's probably not worth the repair. As long as it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 things that are damaged, like one of your lenses is damaged, or both of your lenses are damaged, or both your speaker arms are damaged, or your motherboard's bad, or something like that, then it's cost efficient to repair it. If it's more than that, then it's not cost efficient. Hey David, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. So, and then this is going to surprise a lot of people, but I've really found that this synthetic wax works really well on these lenses. So what I'll do is I'll coat this on here, and this just kind of helps. Of course, I get it all over my fingers. We're just going to put this on here, and this is just going to kind of give us a protective layer, the same way that it would on a car. I'm sure that there's better things out there that do this job, but it's kind of part of the process of learning. Nobody else does this, so it's not like there's manuals that you can reference, on how to do it. So we just kind of have to figure out things that work best as we go. And then when we find something that really works, that becomes kind of how we do things. And then we'll let that dry for a little bit. We'll let that kind of fog up. Wax doesn't make it super grimy looking. No, so it's going to fog up. You're going to see this kind of dry, and it's going to kind of look grimy, and then we're going to go back over it with a different polishing wheel, which I will switch to now. Thoughts on the Oculus Meta rebrand? My thoughts are that I think a lot of people make a bigger deal about it than it actually is, because Meta, which was previously Facebook, as most people remember, has owned Oculus since 2013. They bought Oculus in 2013, so what we think of as like the first Oculuses, like the DK1 and the DK2, the developer kits, those were released by Oculus before Facebook purchased them. The actual usable commercial, headsets like that people could buy in stores, the Rift CV1, the Rift S, the Quest 1, the Oculus Go, those were all released after Facebook acquired Oculus. So when they rebranded to Meta, it didn't make that big of a difference. People seem to feel like it made that big of a difference, but I think a lot of that's just anecdotal. It's like a, what do they call it? Like a sugar pill effect. Should I buy my Quest from my local Best Buy or Amazon? It doesn't matter. They're all the same. DK2 still has more users and the Neo Pico 2 on Steam. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'll have to look at that. So now that this is kind of glazed over, I can go with my next polishing wheel. And we're just going to shine it up. And then we'll do another one just because it doesn't hurt. Do a second coat here. And that gives me more time to talk to you guys. So we'll do another quick buff here. because there's these little microscopic, I say microscopic, if you get right up on them, you can see them, little tiny lines that are left over. No matter how well I seem to be able to polish these, I can just never seem to get rid of those lines. But if I use a synthetic wax, it creates a protective coating, and it gets in those little grooves and makes the lens look like it's brand new. Which one has the best tracking out of the Quest 2, Quest 3, or 3S? I feel like the Quest 3 probably has the best tracking, but I'm a little biased there because that's what I use the most. A lot of people say the Quest 2 has the better tracking. I think that if that's the case, it's either just built-in bias from using it, not having a Quest 3 that they play on as much as the Quest 2, or third option, just to validate a lot of people out there, is that the software may be better attuned to the Quest 2 because they've had a lot longer, they've had a lot more time to work out the little, because what a lot of people don't understand about tracking is that a lot of the way that Meta's tracking system works is through predictive AI. They're not actually using the tracking system as much as they are using the tracking system to then feed it to their software, which is then going to predict what you're going to do. And they've had a lot of time to work that out on the Quest 2 and a lot less time to work that out on the 3 and the 3S. And I think that that's why a lot of people who jump on a 3 or a 3S probably feel like it's not as good. Do you think that Valve Deckard will come out in 2025? There were some more leaks today. So if you've not seen the new Valve Deckard leaks, it looks like it will be out in time for Christmas. So hopefully we can get one in the store and demo it when it comes out. That'd be really, really cool. I do love the lightweight aspect of the Quest 3 and 3S controllers. It's pretty cool that we've gotten to a point where the Quest 3 controllers can be as small as they are, because back in the day it was like HTC Vive controllers. That's what I first started playing on, was the Vive controllers. Would you think some of it is just based on preference? Yes or no? Yeah, I think some of it is on preference. I think some people get really comfortable with what they're familiar with, and they become loyal to that. And I think that is part of why we hear the tracking's better on the Quest 2, or the tracking's better on the Quest 3, or the tracking's better on inside-out tracking, or on base station tracking, or whatever. See you, Giovanni. See how much better that looks? And we're done. That's it. That's all she wrote. What's up, AG Dempsey? I'm sorry, I saw your question earlier, and I totally just I've forgotten what it was now. I was going to respond to you, and then I got distracted. I do think that the rings provide some comfort for the actual, definitely resting them and holding them. I kind of miss the rings sometimes, but it's hard to beat out the weight. And being able to put your hands together without bumping into a ring is really nice. I have a problem with my right Touch Plus controller. It keeps spamming like the front trigger, but sometimes it works like normal. It's very sensitive. Even if you barely touch it, it registers. The triggers, both the side trigger and the front trigger, are haptic feedback trigger, or they're haptic feedback sensors. So they're magnets. It's possible that something is broken loose inside there, and it's either impeding the sensitivity of the trigger, or it's or there's something wrong with the sensor that's actually on the board. The only way to know for sure is to crack it open and take a look. A lot of the times, there's something that's either broken off in there, or there's some like liquid damage to the Hall effect sensor that's sitting on the board. Both are very common, so it's hard to say which one you're experiencing, but I would guess that it's one or the other. Yeah, so if you guys ever get scratches on your Quest 2 or Quest 3 or 3S lenses, this is a service that we provide. So, you know, my recommendation is always to just take care of your stuff, because that's easier than sending it in to me. But hopefully this gives you guys some insight on what is actually possible if you have the right tools. And, whoops, don't do that. Gosh, I'd be fixing them all over again. If you have the right tools and you know what you're doing, you can get these lenses back to looking like brand new, even if they've got scratches on them. Now, some scratches are easier than others. These were really shallow scratches, so I didn't have to spend nearly as much time on these as I do on some of them. Some of them, you sit there and you'll take off layer after layer after layer, and you polish it out, and you go, yeah, it's not quite right. And you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And you can only do so much before you start to damage the lens and it starts to look funny in the headset. So that's just something to be aware of, is that, you know, if your dog gets a hold of it, then you might be done for, and I might just have to replace that lens. But I think we do this lens refurbishment a lot. I probably do one of these a day, so it's possible, and if you need it, that's what we're here for. Can you swap old lenses to pancake lenses? No, they kind of work on different systems. The pancake lenses use a different type of light refraction than the Fresnel lenses, so the way that the screen is designed is different. But that's a good question. So anyway, that's a Quest 3 lens refurbishment, and now this one's going all the way to Hawaii. I emailed this customer the other day asking if they wanted me to polish their lenses, because originally they sent this in for a speaker arm repair. We did this speaker arm repair on Wednesday on the live stream, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday, we did the speaker arm repair, and I emailed this customer and asked, and they sent back, aloha, yes, please. And so I was like, okay, great. But yeah, that's it. Always excited when things go well on the live stream. Don't forget to vote in our poll. I posted a poll in the community tab on our YouTube channel. So please go vote on what you want our next giveaway to be. It could be a Quest 3 like this one, except brand new. It could be a Quest 3S like this one. Or it could be a gaming PC, and then I think I put Pimax Crystal Super, because that's Pimax's latest headset, on there as an option as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Our email is always open, info@fixmyoculus.com. And if you guys get a chance to go check out our latest videos, that always helps me out a lot too. Comments and likes and subscribes are always appreciated, and they help the channel, and they help me inform more people about how to take care of their devices and repair their devices if they need to. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. We will see you guys on the next one.